Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Chinocomics&more. Again, my name is Chino. This is Manny.
What's up, YouTube? Guys, don't forget to web the subscribe button,
Hold smash the like button.
Superman punch the notification bell.
And don't forget to share, guys. All right, guys, you guys are going to be spoiled because we're shooting back to back. This is another banger. To be honest, this kind of spur of the moment books that we bought them because really in reality we had someone from the community reach out to us and give us a good lead, and Manny can talk more about it.
Yeah, guys, so the cool thing about this is that we have our store, and we met some people from the YouTube community that actually live here in Houston. So the guy that kind of hit me up is actually a guy that actually bought a book from us. He bought X-Men 101, Phoenix First Appearance. Mm-hmm. So he bought that on Free Comic Book Day. So we exchange information, whatever it may be. And the cool thing is that he just hit me up out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, dude, I'm out here hunting, and I found something." He's like, "But I'm not gonna pick it up, but maybe you might be interested."
It was pretty cool, man, to get this lead because again, man, it's a lot of work, and some of you guys are already doing the work, and there's people that ask us sometimes like, "Hey, I'm looking for a book," and then we run into it like we did for LC, and then a few weeks back for Thoro. It's cool to help each other out in the community because that's what it's all about. And H-Town Comics is a gentleman that gave us the lead. He was out there. He texted Manny, and Manny kind of had this book on his radar, but it wasn't something that we were thinking about buying. But we couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, it's a book that I've seen. There's so many books on our that we track down. It's impossible to buy them all. I mean, unless you're filthy rich.
The lotto.
Or you hit the lotto. But it's hard to have eyes everywhere. So it was really cool that again H-Town hit me up and he's like, "Look, dude, I found this," and he gave me his honest opinion on what he felt grade wise it was. And he's like, "Look, I'll do this. I found it, and they'll put it to the side. That way you can swing by." So without further ado, let's look at this book, man, because this is a book that honestly, I guess you could say not a lot of people talk about it, but I think it's a really awesome book.
It's an important number one, I think.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that with this one pickup led to, more pickups. But we'll get to that. So right off the bat, guys, the book I'm talking about is a number one, and it's by Image. So we don't discriminate. We look out for Marvel, DC, and we look out for the indies too, man. This book's gonna be Invincible #1, right here. And honestly, guys, we'll do a close-up. But this book, right off the bat, it's in beautiful condition. I mean, it's damn nice.
And what I can say is those of you guys that go to half price books, we've never found like a really good one, and that we don't shy away from them, but it's just easier to go to your local comic book shop or whatever the case is.
Well, honestly, this probably be our first book that we actually have bought from half price books. So it was an interesting kind of situation. We got there and we've been to a half price books, but it was to buy books like Game of Thrones books and stuff like that. So to actually go get a comic book, it was a different experience, but it was really cool. There were cool people. They worked with us. They showed us a book and even showed us a few more books. But this was the main pickup at that store. And again, this is gonna be a #1. Honestly, just looking at it from just a straight straight cover itself, it's a high 9. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this scores like a 9.4 or higher. There's just one little tick that I can see. But aside from that, I mean, get this book pressed is gonna look beautiful as heck.
Yeah, and our guy, H-Town Comics, he called him and he said it's near mint. He looked at it. He left our contact information there, our names.
Yep.
So as soon as we walked in, like they knew. Like we walked in maybe 2 hours later after the lead.
Well, they know Chino. That.
Yeah, they did.
From YouTube, they're like,
YouTube, they were like, "Hey, man, you're that famous guy from YouTube." But no, it was a cool experience because. Walking in there, man, apart from all that, they had other books, other comic books, which we didn't buy there, but they had other books, and I ended up buying a reader's copy of Game of Thrones. So
yeah.
It worked out.
Yeah, and then so, we got this book, and we felt like, the hunt really wasn't there. So we felt like we needed to go hunt some more.
Well, I think we've been so busy that it just allowed me, because Manny's usually doing the hunt by himself sometimes, and sometimes it's me by myself, and it's been very difficult to have both of us like going out, and it just happened to be that day we were it just worked out. I was done with what I had to do at my job. Manny was done. We linked up, and Manny called me about this lead, and I was like, yeah, dude, let's go, and let's go get something to eat, and just make it a full day's worth of just going out there and looking for stuff.
Yeah, and hunting. And that's one of the best parts about this is going out hunting, especially when you end up with some cool books. The next book we picked up is Avengers Annual number 10, which is going to be Rogue's first appearance. And I think this book here, you could find it pretty affordable. I think this book's a little sleeper, honestly. I think it's undervalued. So it's a really, really cool book to pick up, especially with Disney taking over with the Fox deal and all that stuff. I feel like Rogue wasn't done justice before.
Well, they couldn't because they own the Miss Marvel rights.
Yeah.
So she couldn't have the powers that she should have. So I think if when they transition over to Disney, then the powerhouse of Rogue that we all know should make an appearance.
It'd be nice if she does.
She's popular, and I can definitely see this book. Again, it's her first appearance. She's a great character. I always loved Rogue.
Yeah.
I loved her in the X-Men cartoons, Gambit and her, their relationship. So I'm a fan of Rogue, man, and it's a number one. You can't pass up number one.
Well, it's a first appearance.
Well, first appearance.
It's a first appearance. Now the next book I picked up, and this goes into my personal collection. I didn't have this book in my collection, not in the newsstand. So and to me it's either or.
I think he just plants this, man.
It worked out again. It's an ASM book, so it's gonna be an Amazing Spider-Man 265, which is gonna be the first appearance of Silver Sable. And this here, I picked it up because one, it can go to my Spider-Man run. I can get rid of the other one. But two, because I'm a big fan of the game.
See how
and
he
she
did
came out
that?
of the game.
You see how he did that? He said, "I can get rid of the other one." Pointed at me. Gives me the lesser copy.
I can get rid of the other one. I can't get rid of this one, but I can get rid of the other book and hand it down to Chino.
Yeah.
And that's the way we work, guys. I mean, sometimes I know Chino's trying to complete his X-Men run. If I find an X-Men book, I'll pick it up and I'll just give it to him. I don't care.
Yeah. It's just the way we look at it is, we're fortunate that we still have time. We're young. Obviously, we don't know when, how long we're going to be here. But for the moment, we're looking at this long term. And again, we get what we can at a good price. That's the most important thing. We'll fill that void. That urge of having that book or part of your collection or part of your run.
Yeah.
And then, as life continues to move forward, we find better opportunities and we upgrade. That's just how it works.
Yeah, guys. So, again, thanks H-Town. This was a nice come up. And then these two were also sweet additions. First appearances, guys. I'm big on them, so can't complain about that. So after that, I think we should do a close up. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do a close up so you guys can see. I really think that Invincible will get 9.8, man. I think they allow like one or two ticks, at least at 9.6.
Yeah, 9.8 will be great. Let's go. All right, guys, time for the close up. Right off the bat, man, give big shout out to H-Town Comics. Dude came through, rang up the phone, let us know what's going on, gave us a good lead. First book we picked up is Invincible number 1. By Image, Robert Kirkman book. Honestly, this book is beautiful, man. I mean, the biggest thing I can tell is that little nick right there. Aside from that, this thing is damn nice. And after that, we weren't satisfied, so we went hunting a little bit and we found King Size Avengers number 10, Rogue's first appearance. The last book we picked up is Amazing Spider-Man 265. Silver Sable's first appearance. So there you go, guys. That was a pickup, man. That was, really cool lead. Found a really good book, a really good number 1. Was on the radar, but kind of like off the radar. So really glad homeboy, called us up and let us know what's going on. ASM 265, Silver Sable, Avengers Annual number 10, Rogue's first appearance, and Invincible number 1. I mean, that book goes for a little bit of money right now, honestly. And in this condition and what we paid for it, can't complain. So aside from that, guys, we're out.